And welcome. This is Yoga for Cancer. I'm Rebecca, and I welcome you on this gray day. So those of you who have been with me for a while know that in the fall I get a cough. I am well and healthy. In fact, I had a COVID test and it was negative, and I'm in the process of getting some allergy testing to try and address my cough. It is annoying, but I will try not to apologize every time I have a little and I hope you will not worry for my well-being. Of course, via Zoom, we don't have to worry that I'm contaminating anyone because there are no contaminants. So have a moment to take your comfortable seat. Allow your eyes to close or take a soft gaze. Begin to settle, leaving behind the events of your morning and anything that comes later, and allowing yourself to be fully present in this moment with your body and breath. Begin to connect to the sensory environment around you, noticing the sounds that you hear, the temperature of the room, air currents, light. What are you noticing? Feel the sensation of your clothing against your skin and the weight of your hands in your lap. And then begin to turn your attention more deeply inward to your own breath. Noticing where the breath begins and where it goes. Noticing where the breath ends. Awareness of breath entering the body, the sensation of breath in the body, and awareness of breath leaving the body, the sensation of releasing and letting go. Allow the breath to help you sit taller in your seat, expanding with each inhale, crown rising towards the ceiling, the sky. As you exhale, releasing and dropping more deeply into Earth, the planet beneath you, creating space. Keep your attention on the sensation of breath in your body. So at this time in the Jewish calendar, we look at the year behind. We're about to celebrate the new year. And we take a moment to think about what we'd like to leave behind. 2020, quite a lot. I got excited the other day as I was listening to a meditation that even though 2020 is not ending yet, 5780 is. And we get to start again with 5781. So bring it on. But again, we take this moment to think about our own responsibilities, the ways that we've shown up, and the things that we would like to leave behind to make room for new ways of being, new ways of showing up. So take just a moment to think about just one behavior, one issue, one thing that you would like to let go of. And then something that you'd like to bring in for a new time, a new way of being. As you exhale and settle deeply into your seat, imagine that you are able to completely let go of whatever is not serving you. Making space for the inhale, bringing in new energy, new life, new opportunities. With each exhale, releasing and letting go. Each inhale, a new opportunity for spaciousness, for presence, crafting how you want to show up. I heard the the expression of letting go of what no longer serves you. Maybe there is a behavior or a thought pattern in your life that at one time was really necessary for protection, for information, for grounding, but that is no longer relevant. Without judgment, can you let go and bring in more spaciousness? We have to let go of each breath in order to draw in a new breath. Let's take 5 more breaths, releasing and filling up. And after your 5th, after your 5th breath, allow your breath to come back into its normal pattern, releasing control and noticing if anything feels different. We'll continue with our sun breaths, inhaling up. Let's bring palms together and exhale, draw them to heart center. And let's continue with that. Inhaling, a sensation of gathering. Exhaling, bringing energy to the heart. Inhaling to everything around us and exhaling, a sensation of gratitude. 2 more like this. Inhale to gather what you want to bring in. And exhale, receiving with joy. 1 more like this. Release arms down and we'll come into our side bend. Inhaling, lifting the left arm, reaching. Stay here for a breath and open the side body, creating more space for new breath. Use an inhale as the way of transitioning. Exhaling over, inhale and open the side body. And continue. Each inhale allows change, spaciousness. Each exhale allows us to release a little bit more. 2 more, 1 to each side. And last one. Next inhale, come up through center and release, hands down. We'll come into a twist, bringing left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Inhale to create some space and using your muscles, exhale and twist, looking over the right shoulder. Stay for one more breath. Inhale, create some space. And exhale, squeeze and release. Inhale back through center, and we'll go to the other side. Next, inhale allows you to grow tall, making space for the twist. As you exhale, squeeze and let go. Inhale, grow tall, and exhale, squeeze. And let's continue moving with your own breath speed, allowing the inhales to make space, the exhales to squeeze out the last bit of breath before the next inhale. And again, the inhale allows us to transition from one side to the other. How is this different when you engage the muscles of the core to squeeze? This or the next time that you come through center, pause here. In Yoga for Cancer, we use this idea of the squeeze and release. It's called squeeze and soak. As we squeeze, exhaling and twisting, we move lymph through the body. As we inhale, we get a flood of new lymph to take away whatever needs to be moved out of the cells. Squeeze and soak. Okay, let's move to our tabletop position. If you prefer to remain seated, that's fine as well. We'll move into some cat-cow. You can do that seated or hands and knees. If you're on hands and knees, hands underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips. Inhale and open the front body, creating space. Exhale, and again, we're squeezing to release the breath. The inhale allows new breath to move in. The exhale releases whatever needs to go. Inhale, allowing new lymph to flow through the body. Exhale, moving out what needs to go from the cells. Just a few more like this. Use the breath, creating space, releasing what needs to go. And this or the next time that you come through neutral, pause here for a moment. Let's extend the left leg behind, or if you're seated, you can extend it in front. Pressing back if through the heel or forward. Inhale here, maybe lifting the leg a little higher. And exhale, draw the knee towards the nose, squeezing in. Inhale, open. And exhale, come in tighter. Two more. Inhale and reach. And exhale, draw in tight. Last one. And exhale in. Replace the knee or the leg and just a little wiggle back and forth to release. And we'll extend the right leg, pressing out through the heel. Maybe inhale the leg up a little higher. And then exhale, squeeze in towards center. Inhale, extend and reach. And exhale, getting smaller and more compact with each exhale. Getting bigger and more open with each inhale. Last time. And again, come back to center. Knees wide apart, hips to heels, and find your way into child's pose. Releasing the head down, maybe drawing hands to stack or fists, or even bringing a block or cushion underneath your head. If you're seated, just come into Sukhasana, easy pose, and rest. So in your child's pose, inhale and find space in the back body. Can we open the back of our hearts? Exhale and sink a little bit more into the child's pose. Inhale, the breath has to go somewhere. Let the back body and side body expand. Exhale and sink a little more deeply. We'll do 3 more long, slow breaths in your child's pose. Beautiful. And when you've come to the end of your 3rd breath, we'll make our way slowly up to standing. Coming through tabletop if you're on the ground. Moving slowly as we shift altitudes as we grow taller. So take a moment and find your Tadasana, mountain pose. Really taking a moment to feel the ground beneath your feet. I love to be able to go outside and actually feel the earth beneath my feet, or at the beach, feeling the sand. It's a way of connecting to our great mother that is just quite different when you can actually feel. But what's beneath us now, for me, a mat, a floor, and many other floors before I get to the ground, has to serve as our facsimile, as our representation, our representative of the ground. So allow your feet to sink as if you're standing in rich soil, dropping into your heels, into the balls of your feet. Inhaling and growing tall from this place of planting, finding expansion. Let's inhale and open up. And exhale, hands to heart center. One more like that. Inhale, open and gather. And exhale, bring it to heart. We're going to work with a half sun salute, half Surya Namaskar. You can come forward to blocks or the seat of a chair, or just hands on your knees. We'll inhale and reach up. Exhale, begin to come forward, leading with the heart. Let your knees bend. Maybe hands come to your knees. Exhale, release the head down. Maybe you straighten your legs. Inhale, press into your feet, come through the flat back, and then all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll turn sideways. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward fold, long spine. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Maybe you come a little further forward. Press into your feet, bend your knees, and inhale to come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach. Maybe you take an exhale into a gentle back bend. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come forward. Knees bent, long spine. Inhale here, finding that flat back, half lift. Stay, or exhale and release the head down. Straighten the legs. Press into your feet, bend your knees, inhale, press the ground away to rise up tall, and exhale, hands to heart center. And last time, inhale up, maybe you add the little back bend. Exhale, inhale to stand tall. Exhale, come forward. Hands to knees, inhale, reach. Exhale, stay or come forward. Press into your feet, bend your knees. Inhale, press the floor away. Rise up tall. And exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to move into our tree pose, Vrikshasana. I'm going to grab a block and place it between my feet. You have blocks or a low cushion that you could use. That would be good. Find support wherever you can get it, wherever you need it, maybe from a wall or a sturdy piece of furniture. And take a moment to settle into Tadasana. Hugging in towards center, feet are hip distance apart. Engaging through the inner legs, through the pelvic floor, through the low belly. Chest lifts, crown lifts, reach down through your fingertips. Grow strong and tall as a mountain first, and then we'll become a tree by pressing into the left leg and releasing the right heel up. Turn out and rest your heel on the block if you're working there. Stay here or lift the leg and place the ball of the foot on the block. Or maybe you bring the sole of the foot to your calf or thigh, above or below the knee. Get quiet for a moment, looking out on your horizon. Find your focal point, your drishti. Eyes lock on the horizon point. Make sure that breath is flowing, feeling that sensation of roots digging deep, drawing the energy up. Maybe branches grow. And you find that sensation of rootedness and buoyancy, lifting up as you grow deep. Let's try for 3 more breaths here. Feel free to come in and out or place your toe down. And after your 3rd breath, close hands to heart center. Release both feet down. Shift your weight from side to side. And take a moment again to find your mountain pose, fully engaging through the feet and ankles, through the legs, pelvic floor, belly, heart, crown. Begin to settle, sending deep roots through the right foot. Left foot comes up, hip turns out. Find your foot position for this side. Is this the wobblier side or the stronger side for you? Take a moment to find your drishti, your focal point. Find the strength in your body. And then draw the breath, the energy up from the ground through heart center. Grow branches. Where can you let go? Like the leaves will start to fall from the trees as we enter into fall. Can we let go of what isn't serving us to allow space for new growth? 1 more breath. And hands to heart center, 2 feet down. And pause here. Maybe close your eyes. Notice what it's like to balance even on 2 feet without the visual input. A few breaths here. And then release and shake out. You can move your block out of the way. And let's take a wide stance on the mat, toes facing forward. Take a moment here to feel your hips pointing straight ahead. Your feet are pointing straight ahead. Hands come to the top of your hips. Let's turn the right toes out and see if you can do that without a big shift of the body in that direction. There's a dynamic tension, bend your knee over your ankle, between keeping your knee over your ankle, opening through this inner thigh, and being able to keep turning your body towards, I don't know, which is the front and which is the side. I guess this is now the side. With your left foot, press your heel away. Maybe your toes turn in a little bit. Make sure you feel stable here. If you don't, walk your front foot out a little bit to find a little more support. Inhale and raise arms just to shoulder height, looking out over your front fingertips. Keep opening the left hip away. Keep settling into the right hip, the right knee over the ankle. Press down through your feet and draw them towards each other, engaging through the inner legs, the pelvic floor. One more breath here, inhaling. Exhale and bring your forearm to your thigh. Maybe you reach overhead or with an elbow or crown of the head, coming into an extended side angle. Inhale back to warrior two. Turn your front palm up and lift. The back hand comes to your thigh or your hip, or even wrapping around at the low back. Peaceful warrior. Maybe you look up towards your top fingertips. Inhale, back to warrior two. Settle, drop a little bit more deeply. And then release, arms down, straighten the leg, and turn your toes to face forward. Going to take gentle circles of the hips. It's really not that easy to do this with long, straight legs, but see what range of motion you can find without pushing into discomfort. Come back to center. Inhale, raise arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now, hands to top of your hips, turning left toes and turning out right at the hip. So the knee and toes are facing in the same direction. Bend that knee so it's over the ankle. Press the opposite heel away. The front heel should intersect with the back arch or heel. Again, working to keep turning your body towards the side, but don't sacrifice the knee. Make sure the knee stays back and over the ankle and tracking over middle toes. Inhale, arms to shoulder height. Look out over front fingertips. Press down through your feet and draw them towards each other. Deep engagement. One more inhale here. And then exhale, hand to your thigh, reach, extended side angle. Keep the bend in the knee, press the heel away. Inhale back through warrior two, turn the front palm up, and exhale. Back arm comes down to your thigh or your lower back. Front arm up. Maybe you look up at your fingertips, or maybe you look straight ahead. Try to settle into that bent knee in the front. One more breath. Inhale to warrior two, and exhale, release, turn toes to face forward. Walk your feet in, take some walks in place. And then settle at a place where your feet are a little wider than hip distance apart. And let's just go into some gentle Tai Chi twist. You can turn your head with your shoulders or keep your head facing forward. Let your arms go and see how your hands might strike gently your back at the level of the kidney. A couple more like this. And then let that movement begin to release. Shake it out, step back in. I'm going to work with a crescent warrior. So bring hands to the top of your hips and now I'll turn sideways. Take a step back with your left foot. Be on the ball of your foot. Your front knee is bent. You're reaching back through your back heel. Your back leg doesn't have to be straight, but feel that sensation of pressing out through the heel. Stay here or raise one or both arms, opening the heart, reaching up through the crown of the head. Yes, this is a gentle back bend, maybe not so gentle. If you feel any pain in your low back, come out a little bit. Draw your belly in for more support. One more breath here. Exhale, release arms down. Press your back heel down, straighten the front leg, and come forward just a little bit. Inhale, arms come up, bend the front knee. Exhale, release down. Try to straighten the front leg. Two more. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and release arms, step the back leg up to meet the front. Beautiful. One more side. Standing up nice and tall. Step your right foot back. On the ball of the foot, you can be a little closer or a little further away. The front knee should be bent, tracking over middle toes, hips pointing straight ahead. Take one or both arms up. Press back through the back heel. Reach up through the fingertips and the crown of the head. Don't let the belly go. Draw the belly in and up. Reach. One more breath. And then exhale, release arms down. Begin to straighten the front leg. Maybe the back heel presses down. Inhale, arms up, bend the knee. Exhale, lower the arms, press back. Two more. Inhale up. And exhale back. Last one. Inhale up. And step back foot to meet front and let it go. Do one final standing pose and then we'll transition back down. So feet, again, a little wider than hip distance apart. Hands to your tops of your hips. Press down through your feet, feet and knees pointing, toes and knees in the same direction. Begin to engage through that inner leg, pelvic floor. Let's inhale the left arm up and come over to the side. Stay for a breath. And then inhale up through center, release that arm down. Inhale the other arm up and come into a side bend on the exhale. Inhale back through center and release down. So that's one. Two, inhale, come into your side bend, and then add the other arm. Stay for a breath. Inhale through center. You can lower the left arm to get set up. Come into the side bend, and then maybe add the other arm. Release, hand to your hip. Both hands to your hips. Pause. That's two. Last one. Inhale both arms up. And again, you can go back to 1 or 2, release your index finger, reach up through your fingertip, inhale, and then exhale and come over to one side. Stay for a breath. Exhale in place. Inhale up through center and exhale to the other side. Stay for a breath. Exhale. And inhale back to center. Release arms down and shake out the effort of your standing practice. Let's make our way back down to sit on our mats. Bring legs out wide. Grab a sip of tea. Take a moment here. Let me scoot back a little bit so you can see me. There we go. Take a moment here to notice if you're tending to roll back onto your tailbone. And if that is the case, then this is the moment to grab the edge of a blanket, or I'll grab my bolster, and just sit right on the edge. With the bolster, I might just tuck it behind me. The sticky mat helps it not roll away. And then this way I have a little more support so I can sit up nice and tall. Flex your feet and press out through your heels. If this hurts your knees, then keep a little bend in your knees, so don't press the knees down into the mat. Inhale and sit up really tall. Reach up. One more breath here. And exhale. Release arms, release your feet. We're going to come into a forward fold with wide legs. I brought a block in front so that I have somewhere, can you see that? Yeah. So I have somewhere to land. We're going to be working with that long spine and the hip hinge, right? So we're not going to round forward. We're going to get tall and then tip forward from the hips, okay? Inhale, maybe you reach with both arms or one or neither, reaching up through the crown of the head. Begin to tip forward from the hips. As soon as you start to feel that edge where your back wants to round, that's your stopping point. Release arms down. Maybe you're all tall here, or maybe you're a little further forward. See what feels right in your body. Press down into the mat or the block or cushion and draw your hands back so that you can lengthen your spine in between your arms, reaching through the crown of the head. Stay with this, exhaling and letting go just a little bit more. Inhaling and growing taller. Each exhale, soften and let go. Each inhale, grow longer. One more breath. And then bring fingertips to the floor and walk your hands back. Going to use your arms to assist, bringing soles of feet together, knees apart. And again, maybe when you get here, you realize, ooh, I really do need a little more support. So tuck in, bring that cushion or blanket edge behind you so you can sit up tall. Inhale, holding onto your leg, your knee or shin or ankle, and use that counter pressure to grow tall. Reach up through the crown of the head. Exhale and just soften in the hips and see if you can release the legs. Release into the weight of the legs. Inhale and grow tall. And exhale and soften. We're staying upright here. Just working on letting go, letting the heaviness of the legs draw the hips open. 2 more breaths like this. And now, if you have no issues with bone density and you'd like to come forward, make sure that you're coming forward from an upright place, right? So we're not rolling back and then dropping the head forward. We're nice and tall up on our sits bones, and then maybe coming a little bit forward. I can grab my feet and press them open like a book. 2 breaths. And last one. Press into the floor to sit up tall. Use your hands under your knees to release the legs out long, teeny tiny bounces. And then windshield wiper, letting go. Take a moment now and make your way onto your back. Allow your knees to be bent, releasing your upper body, your hips into the floor beneath you. If it would feel good, grab one hand to each knee and draw the knees in towards your chest, maybe rocking from side to side. And then come back to stillness and make some circles using your hands to circle your knees. Move them in opposite directions and then reverse opposite directions. And come to stillness, hug the knees in. Keep holding on to your right knee and extend the left foot to the ground. Maybe you stretch the leg long along your mat, pressing out through your heel. Stay here or draw your head and shoulders up, nose towards your knee. Hold there. Maybe you press out so hard through your extended leg that it floats up, squeezing in towards center, squeezing, squeezing, and release, and refill with breath. Draw both knees in and squeeze. And then holding on to, which one did I do? Right? So holding on to your left knee. Allow the right leg to come down, or the opposite leg if I'm wrong. Maybe you extend it out on the mat. Inhale here, and maybe you'd like to exhale and draw knee towards your nose towards your knee, lifting your head and shoulders, squeezing in towards center. Maybe the extended leg floats up, squeezing in, squeezing. One more exhale, and then inhale and let it go. Coming into a comfortable position for a guided meditation. We'll stay on our backs, but feel free to get comfortable bringing a little pillow under your head if you'd like, or a bolster under your knees. What do you need to get really comfortable? Allow the body to be heavy, feeling the gentle press of gravity holding you lovingly against the earth. Feel the sky above like a blanket, releasing and letting go. Feel the weight in the backs of your heels, in your hips, shoulders, back of the head. Allow the arms to rest comfortably at your sides, maybe palms up. With each exhale, see if you can let go just a little bit more into the cradle of the earth beneath you. we're going to work with some imagination, imaginary breath. So begin first just to become aware of your breath, noticing the inhales and the exhales, following the breath as it enters the body and as it leaves the body. Now we're going to work with an imaginary alternate breath, like Nadi showed me. Arms stay at your sides. We're going to breathe with the whole body. Begin to imagine that you could inhale from the sole of your right foot, and the breath would travel on the inhale all the way up the right side of your body, all the way up to the crown of the head. And then on your exhale, the breath drops down the left side of your body all the way down and out through the sole of your foot. On your next inhale, the breath comes in the left side, the left foot all the way up, the leg, the torso, all the way to the crown of the head. As you exhale, imagine the breath is washing down the right side of the body, all the way to the right sole of the foot. Inhaling on the right side, breath draws up, filling in all the way to the crown of your head. As you exhale, breath washes down, left side body all the way down the side and out the sole of your foot. You've got the pattern now. Inhaling up, one side of the body drawing in new breath. Exhaling and releasing and letting go, washing out the other side of the body. Then it's ready to draw new energy and air in. And exhale, washing out the other side, releasing anything that doesn't serve. Stay with this imagery. Inhaling, breath flows up one side of the body. Exhaling, breath flows down the other side. Stay with the imagery for several breaths. And you feel that sensation of being washed clean. Stay with it, just another few breaths. And the next time that you exhale out the sole of the left foot, change it up and imagine that the breath is coming in your feet and flowing up the front side of the body all the way to the crown. And as you exhale, the breath washes down the back body, flowing all the way down and out through the soles of your feet. As you inhale, breath comes up the back body, all the way to the crown, and exhale, flowing down the front body and out. Inhaling, breath is washing up the whole front side of the body, all the way to the crown of the head. As you exhale, it rushes down the back body, all the way out through the soles of your feet. Like a wave, imagine the breath flowing back in, up the back body, and like a wave going out, exhaling, releasing the breath out the front. Stay with this imagery. Inhaling up the front, exhaling out the back body. The breath like a wave coming in, up the back body, and exhaling and going back out to sea. Stay with this breath. Stay with it. Feel the movement of the breath, like the movement of water in the body. Flowing, flowing, flowing. Stay with it until you'd like to release and rest. Floating on the water. Reach deep inside to find the kindness needed to forgive yourself for all your trespasses. Break the cycle of harsh mind to offer understanding and compassion to your own small self. This doesn't mean ignoring faults. Embrace the whole of you instead of judging separate parts. Breathe in spaciousness and acceptance of what is. Breathe out resistance. Breathe in possibility and optimism. Breathe out fear and doubt. Breathe in ease. Breathe out the need to change the way this moment is unfolding. Breathe in the certainty that what we really are is so much bigger than pain and suffering. Breathe out limitation and conditioning. Breathe in divinity and openness. Breathe out a prayer of thanks that even in the midst of difficulty, there is awareness. Begin to deepen your breath, bringing small movements into fingers and toes. When you feel ready, roll to one side and pause. And then press into your fingertips to slowly make your way up to sitting, allowing your attention to stay deeply inward for just another moment or two. We'll seal our practice with 3 chants of Om. 1 for awareness and 1 for new beginnings. 1 for the community we create when we practice together. Inhaling. Om. 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 Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me and with each other.